Hello class, it has been a while since I've seen you and I miss you. Today we are going to talk about our Superminds 4 Unit 8 lesson. So we are going to look at pages 106 to 108. So let's get started. Here on page 106, we can see it's at the campsite. What is a campsite? Well, a campsite is a place where you can pitch a tent. Oftentimes it's in a forest or near a lake. So we have some important vocabulary words that we are going to go through. We have vocabulary words 1 through 9. The first one is a sailboat. Here we can see it's a boat that is in the water. Sailboats often use the wind to travel to different parts of the water. And now we have a fun one. It's swing on a rope. Have you ever done that? Swung on a rope and into the water? Then you can also dive into the water. Here we have someone diving off of a deck. It's very fun and it feels very good when it's hot. This is rowing a boat. When you row a boat, you need to have something called an oar, and that helps you move around in the water. Sorry. Here we go, row a boat. And you can see the oars are just right there. When people go swimming, oftentimes their clothes get wet, so they have to dry their clothes. You probably have this in your house, where someone puts up a clothesline and you hang up the clothes to dry it. This one is very nice. Make a raft. A raft is right here, and it means that you have a lot of wood that is tied together that will float on the water. This is make a fire. It's so nice to sit in a campsite and sit by the fire and talk and sing. It's very popular to do. And then we have collect wood. If people are going to have a fire every night, that means that people need to go and collect wood in the forest in order to keep the fire going. So here we have someone picking up sticks and collecting wood for a campfire. Now let's look at some pronunciation. Number 1, sail a boat. 2, swing on a rope. 3, dive into the water. 4, row a boat. 5, dry your clothes. 6, make a raft. 7, put up a tent. 8, make a fire. And 9, collect wood. Now follow along in your books.
Student's Book, page 106. 2. Listen and correct the sentences.
Okay, now it's time to listen to all of the vocabulary.
Unit 9. At the campsite.
Student's Book, page 106. 1. Listen and say the words. Then check with a friend.
1.
Sail a boat.
Sail a boat.
2.
Swing on a rope.
Swing on a rope.
3.
Dive into the water.
Dive into the water.
4.
Row a boat.
Row a boat. Dry your clothes.
6,
Make a raft.
Make a raft.
7,
Put up a tent.
Put up a tent.
8,
Make a fire.
Make a fire.
9,
Collect wood.
Collect wood. Let's go to the next page. Okay, we are going to listen and correct the sentences. I have the answers already, but I'm going to have you listen first.
2, listen and correct the sentences.
So here we are at the campsite.
Yes, it looks great. We can really have fun here. We can sail a boat or make a raft.
But we aren't here to have fun. First, we must put up our tent. I must dry some of my clothes. Then we must find the last line from the rhyme. Where shall we look?
The map shows an oar. Let's go to the rowing boat.
Okay, let's hire a boat and have a look around.
I'm so happy that Horax and Zelda aren't here anymore.
Yes, they can't do anything now that they are both in prison.
And I still can't believe your grandpa's news.
Yes, Horax is the son of the mysterious age. It's amazing.
If you need to listen to that one more time, you can pause the video and go back. Now, let's find the answers to these questions. So question 1, Lucy wants to make a fire. But that's not true. Lucy wants to sail a boat or make a raft. She wants to float on the water. Question 2, they are going to sail a boat. They don't do that first. First, they are going to put up their tent. Now, question 3. Horax and Zelda are there. Nope. We know that Horax and Zelda went to prison. So, Horax and Zelda are not there. And for sentence 4, Zelda is the mysterious Mr. H. Absolutely not. We know that Horax is the son of the mysterious Mr. H. Good job, class. Let's see what's next. This is a fun game. Play the drawing game. So you can play this game with a friend, your brother or sister, maybe even your mom and dad. So what you need to do is someone needs to ask a question, and then the other person will ask another question. For example, what was I doing at 12 o'clock? And the other person will ask, were you making lunch? It's very possible at noon. Or, what was I doing at 5 o'clock? The other person will say, were you putting up a tent? I was not putting up a tent. I was correcting homework. What was I doing at 7 o'clock? Were you making tea? Very possible. So you can think up your own questions and have fun with your brothers and sisters or your mom and dad. It says, look, read, and number the sentences. Then you need to listen and check. So right now, I want you to pause the video and see if you can fill out the boxes. So you take number 1 and you try and find which one it belongs to. Okay, I hope you were able to find all the answers. Now, let's listen and check.
Student's Book, page 107. 1. Look, read, and number the sentences. Listen and check. 1.
Let's buy some crisps for the party.
2.
That's a big piece of cheese.
3.
Can I have this can of lemonade, please?
4.
Open that packet of crisps carefully, please.
5. We must get some bread. 6.
Let's get some cheese.
7.
There's a loaf of bread on the table.
8.
Let's get some lemonade.
9.
Can you get 3 bottles of water, please?
10.
There's some water in that glass.
All right, good job. I hope you were able to look at the pictures and read and put the number in the right sentences. Now, let's check your answers. A is 6, B is 10, C is 5, D is 7, E is 8, F is 3, 9 is 2, H is 9, that was a G, G is 2, I is 4, and J is 1. All right, good job everyone. Let's see what's next. Here we have another practice for listen and say. So, here's a loaf of bread. Let's buy a big loaf of bread. Or maybe 2 loaves of bread. Okay, class, now we are going to go to the next part, part 2, grammar focus. And I want you to listen and say. Here's a loaf of bread. Let's buy some tomatoes. Here's a bottle of milk. Let's get some cheese. Let's buy a big loaf of bread, or maybe 2 loaves. The plural of a loaf is loaves. A can of tomatoes, please. Let's buy a packet of sweets. That's a big piece of cheese. Now, let's listen to the audio.
Student's Book, page 107. 2. Listen and say.
Here's a loaf of bread.
Here's a loaf of bread.
Let's buy a big loaf of bread. Or
Let's-
maybe 2 loaves.
Let's buy a big loaf of bread, or maybe 2 loaves.
Let's buy some tomatoes.
Let's buy some tomatoes.
A can of tomatoes, please.
A can of tomatoes, please.
Here's a bottle of milk.
Here's a bottle of milk.
Let's buy a packet of sweets.
Let's buy a packet of sweets.
Let's get some cheese.
Let's get some cheese.
That's a big piece of cheese.
That's a big piece of cheese. Now, what would you bring on a picnic? I would definitely bring cheese, bread, chocolate, I think maybe some orange juice, and probably would like to make a sandwich with some meats. I might even bring some crisps. How about you?
Student's book.
So that is the end of these two pages, 106 and 107. Now it is time for your homework. You need to take pictures of your book to show that you did the work in the book. And also, you need to do your Superminds workbook pages 106 and 107 to make sure that you can practice as much as you can. If you have questions, let us know. We'll see you for next time. Bye!